as we just mentioned, last time Rebecca Mills was with us, she was in the middle of fundraising for the renovation of the swimming pool at the Cherry Orchard. And you might remember the Cherry Orchard Hotel sadly closed in 2017. And Rebecca had held her swimming lessons there for 5 years. So faced with news that the premises would no longer be available, she set out to establish her own business, Aqua Phoenix Limited. And she is with us today to give us an overview, really, of how the past 12 months have been. And on the face of it, hugely successful, because where are you now?
Oh, gosh, where do I begin? We have got 1-to-1, 1-to-2, groups, lessons. We do
community
activities.
Well, yeah.
We have a very popular youth club that is on a Saturday. We do film nights. We do not only that, we're in the middle of trying to merge fitness with all different types of people. So not just extra fit people, but the not so fit people as well. We're trying to merge the older generation with the young generation.
And as you said, I mean, this really has become something of a community hub. But would it be fair to say that there have been some struggles over the past year? And I know at one point you just thought, you know what, we can't even continue with this. Yes,
I mean, I was just talking to you before about a story when I think one day we walked in and at the beginning, we had so many different people because we had no idea what we were doing. We're swimming teachers. We know how to teach swimming. We have no idea how to run a swimming pool. So we were relying on all these other people to give us advice on how to deal with and how to take over a pool. And we'd just been given some really bad news that a piece of equipment needed replacing, and we just didn't have the funding for it. And I can remember sitting on the stairs crying, and Ben, his big huge arm around me, and I was like, this is it. This is the thing that has stopped us. We've just been on the radio, we've been in the newspapers, we don't have the money. And he was like, right, just take a minute, go to the shop. I went to the shop, I got myself a sandwich, and I was snivelling on my way back with my little sandwich in a bag. And I walked in, and there was this little old man. And now I can just only describe him as this little old man with this huge ray of sunlight over his head. And he was like, hi, I'm looking for Rebecca. And I said, oh, that's me. And he said, I've come to see the swimming pool. And I was like, oh, yeah. And I put on this really brave face, come and have a look, see what we've done. And he was like, I've come to give you some money. And I was like, oh, that's really nice. And I was just about to start but we think we're going to have to give up. And he was like, I want to give you this amount. And he wrote it down on a piece of paper, and it's an amount that I'm not allowed to disclose because he made me promise not to, but it was just enough to let us pay for this piece of equipment. And I again burst out crying and gave this little old man the biggest squeezy hug that I've ever given anybody. And he gave us the hope and the drive to go forward and continue our mission. So that day we rang the people back up and we said, come back, we've got the money, you can get this part. And from then we were able to continue and open. And without him we would not have been able to do it. So we do need to give that man, you know who you are, a big thank you, because without him we wouldn't have been able to do it. But also without the people that have helped us, we wouldn't have been able to go on. Without the companies that have helped us, that have done the things and then have let us drip pay them off, we would not be here, we would not be where we are today, and we would not be giving everybody the things that we are able to give them, and we would not be doing what we love, which is supplying people with a fun swimming pool and doing the things that we love, which is teach swimming.
And we'll come back to swimming pool and all the things that you do in just a moment, but I'm really intrigued to know why the gentleman felt like he wanted to support you. Did he say why?
He said that he'd been given some money from, like, someone had passed away, and that he had helped some other people within the community around the island who obviously had also been told they weren't allowed to disclose, and he had no one else, and so he was making it his mission to help people around the island. And what a nice man. I mean, if you had the chance to do that, wouldn't you?
Mm-hmm. It's a wonderful thing to do.
Amazing man.
And so, I mean, you were talking about some of the ideas you've got about, one of them I'm really interested in is this idea of merging older people and younger people together. How are you wanting to do that?
Well, the idea came, originally I saw a documentary on telly in Holland. They have a village where the toddlers and younger children go, and the people with Alzheimer's and the older generation live, and the younger generation go, and they get looked after by the older people, and obviously they're watched by carers and things like that. And I thought, that's an amazing idea. We were teaching our baby classes, and we have a couple of members that come in, and one little lady, and you know who you are, I'm not going to mention names, came in, and she used to be a midwife, and she cooed over these babies. And so it came to me one day, our classes are becoming more and more popular. Well, we need some volunteers. Why not ask this lady? So we had her police checked, and we asked her, would you like to come and help? And now she comes, and she is our resident volunteer. We have mums that come along who have twins who couldn't necessarily come to our baby groups, and they come along because they know that we have this lady who is a volunteer, and she will take one of the twins once they're dressed, and she will coo, and she'll bring them into the water, and under our supervision they get to join in the class, and she swaps them around, and she has told us that we have saved her. She loves what she does. She gets up in the morning and she comes to, in inverted commas, work to help us, but she does something that she loves. The babies love her, the mums adore her, and so now we feel that now is the time to expand that and to bring the babies and the toddlers and the older generation in. And why not?
Because there's so much research which is just showing how mutually beneficial those intergenerational relationships can be. I mean, you see those programs on television, you think, what a wonderful idea. And the idea, particularly for somebody who's older and maybe retired, just having a focus is a brilliant thing to do. So are you looking for more people to get involved in this way?
We are. We just don't know how to find those people. So we have been putting the odd thing out on our Facebook page saying, we've got this on, we've got that on. And, we have the odd older generation that come into through and we talk to them. We do have steps that we need to, because we do have a duty of care. So we do have steps that we have to follow to make sure that all of our clients are safe. But at the same time, we welcome anybody that wants to come and get involved. And any mums that want to come in with their babies, any grandmas that want to come in and join in, come on down. Come and make yourselves known to us, because we want you to get involved.
I should just say, she's talking about looking for volunteers, and actually on the programme tomorrow, this fits really well, because we're going to be speaking to Alison Lester again, who organises the volunteer recruitment drive, which happens to be on Saturday. So there you go. So if you were looking for more volunteers, that might be some way of doing it.
Oh, well, it's just so great to see you again, Rebecca, and hear how far you've come. I know, as you say yourself, the past 12 years has posed... 12 months feels like 12 years, I imagine.
It was 12 years.
The past 12 months has posed some challenges, but really people power has just made this happen down there, and it does sound like a real community hub.
Well, we couldn't do it without the community. We couldn't do what we've done without such an amazing community. And the people of Port Erin, Port St Mary, we're getting people that are coming from Ramsey, keep coming because we're doing it for you.